Have you ever felt that nagging worry in your business? You know, the one that whispers, "Don't rock the boat." It's that fear, isn't it, of making a marketing move that feels a bit too daring, maybe unconventional. Most of us, well, we tend to default to playing it safe. We hope just being present is enough. But what if that safe approach? What if it's actually the riskiest, most damaging strategy for your business today? Today, we're getting stuck into a deep dive. We're looking at an article from Stella Pop called Why Playing It Safe is Killing Your Business: The Power of Bold Marketing Decisions. Our mission here is to really unpack the core insights, the things that could genuinely transform how you think about your brand's presence, its impact, in the coming year and beyond.
You've really hit on something crucial there. I mean, the competitive landscape right now is just so crowded, more than ever, really. And simply blending in, well, it's just not a viable option anymore, is it? What people often overlook, I think, is that the fear of making those bold moves doesn't actually protect you. It often just leads to stagnation, not success. It's that inertia, that sort of quiet reluctance to stand out that truly holds back growth.
Okay, right. Let's unpack this straight away then, because the article, it challenges a really common assumption, doesn't it? We often think businesses fail because, they tried some bold idea and it went wrong. But this piece argues the total opposite. It says the fear of making any move, that's the real killer. And then it hits you with this line: safe can be boring, and boring doesn't convert, not in 2025. That's quite blunt, isn't it? Almost provocative.
It absolutely is. And think about it from, say, a consumer's point of view. Safe visuals, generic messages, really cautious campaigns. They just make a brand invisible, utterly forgettable. Your audience isn't actively rejecting you necessarily. They're just scrolling right past. Why? Because there's no compelling reason to stop. Nothing catches their eye. It's the kind of content that makes you wonder if they're selling cutting-edge tech or just wallpaper paste. It all looks the same. And this translates directly, obviously, to lasting visibility and ultimately stunted growth. You just become another face in this incredibly crowded digital world.
Yeah, lost in the noise. Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting, because the article doesn't just theorize, right? It shares a specific Stella Pop case study. They worked with a government contractor, a GovCon firm, as they call them. Apparently, their initial visual identity was described as looking like every other super safe firm. You know that look, that sort of corporate beige on beige, almost interchangeable aesthetic. We've all seen it. But then, after they rebuilt the visual brand using bold colors, nature meets tech themes, and genuine personality, their visibility apparently just skyrocketed.
What's fascinating, truly fascinating here, is the concrete result they quote: a whopping 5,400% increase in link clicks. Now, this isn't just a small bump, is it? It's powerful, undeniable proof of how strategically standing out has a massive impact on visibility. It wasn't just about being different for the sake of being different, you see. It was about being distinct in a way that actually resonated, pulled people in, made them pause and, engage.
Wow, 5,400%. Okay, so once you've grabbed their attention like that, what's the next level? The article talks about positioning your brand as a thought leader. How does that connect with being bold? Is it more than just getting noticed, more than shouting louder?
That's exactly the point. It's the core idea, really. Positioning your brand as a thought leader? Well, that definitely doesn't come from hiding behind safe, bland messaging. It comes from actually having something valuable, something insightful to say, and then having the confidence to say it boldly. It means speaking directly to your audience's real challenges, showing you genuinely understand the landscape and, crucially, where it's headed, being a guide, not just another vendor. And going back to that same GovCon client example, they focus not just on promoting services, but on building genuine authority. How? By consistently putting out insightful content tied to real-time industry trends, and importantly, infusing it with the client's own unique perspective. They didn't just help them show up. They helped them stand out as a voice worth listening to. An indispensable voice, even.
And the results followed there, too, didn't they? Just as impressive. This approach led to, a 63.5% increase in audience growth and a significant boost in qualified website traffic. Those are serious numbers. It really shows the power of shifting that perspective.
Indeed. Yeah, it's a real testament to the article's hot tip. I think this really encapsulates the strategy. When you act like a leader, people treat you like one. It's all about projection and perception, isn't it? Your brand needs to project confidence, expertise, a vision for the future, and that almost always requires a deliberate move away from that overly cautious me too kind of communication.
That makes total sense. Right. Now, let's tackle a common misconception, because I think this is important. So many businesses hear bold and they think more, more content, more spending, be on more platforms. But the article pushes back on that idea, doesn't it? Is it really about quality over quantity, even when you're trying to push boundaries?
It's a really crucial distinction, yes. And the article is very clear. Bold marketing isn't about doing more. It's about doing better. It explicitly says boldness isn't just big spending or pumping out endless content. But it often just adds to the noise, frankly. True boldness is about clarity, precision. It means deeply understanding your audience, choosing the right channels, not all channels, and showing up purposefully. Yes, with a little intrigue, perhaps, but always with clear intention. The best results often come from doing less, but doing it much, much better. Think about it like one truly memorable campaign. A really well-done viral video, maybe, or an unconventional ad series, that can achieve so much more reach and engagement than just a relentless stream of generic posts everywhere. When your strategy is refined, intentional, you create space. Space to focus on high-impact platforms, tailor your messaging so it really hits home with that audience on that media. And, maybe most importantly, space to invest in creativity that actually cuts through all the clutter out there.
That's a really powerful way to reframe it. Doing better, not just more.
Okay, but I have to bring up the elephant in the room here, the fear factor. It's real. The biggest worry for many clients, especially, say, in B2B, is that bold equals risky, that it'll turn people away. And for some businesses, maybe in highly regulated industries, isn't there a legitimate fear that being too bold could actually backfire, damage their reputation instead of enhancing it?
That's a very valid point, and a question that needs asking. The article addresses it directly. It poses a counter question, really. What is the real risk? And it asserts that the riskiest thing you can do is let your competition become more recognizable than you. So, the true danger isn't necessarily in shocking your audience, but in being ignored, outmaneuvered, forgotten. Being bold doesn't have to mean creating controversy or abandoning your core values at all. It means being memorable, but in a way that aligns perfectly with your market position, with your core message. This could involve, well, things like strategically evolving when platforms shift. The example given is pivoting to video when social algorithms changed. That was a bold move for many. Or it could mean engaging in real, authentic conversations with your community, not just broadcasting. Or adapting your brand over time without diluting its essential purpose. It's about calculated strategic adaptation. Informed bravery, perhaps, not recklessness.
Informed bravery. I like that. Okay, so if you're listening to this, what does it all mean for you specifically? The article gives us 3 clear signs that you might be playing it too safe. And crucially, it offers practical solutions. Let's dig into those. This is where it gets really actionable.
Absolutely. Let's break them down. The first sign they highlight is your marketing looks like everyone else in your industry. If your content, your visuals, your whole brand identity could basically be swapped with a competitor's. Well, the problem is obvious. Your message just gets completely lost in that sea of sameness. It's invisible. The solution they suggest: conduct a thorough audit of your brand voice. And then actively lean into what makes your business genuinely different. Is it your tone? Your unique visual style? A fresh perspective on industry issues? Find it and amplify it.
Okay, so differentiate. What's the second sign?
The second sign is you're posting consistently, but engagement is low. So you're putting in the effort, you're showing up regularly, but crickets. No likes, no comments, no shares. Your efforts just aren't landing. The solution here: reassess. Look at your platforms. Are they the right ones? Your timing? And most importantly, your content types. Maybe try integrating interactive posts, polls, Q&As. Deploy truly bold, attention-grabbing visuals. Or perhaps embrace more human, authentic storytelling that connects on an emotional level. Experiment.
Right, change the approach if it's not working. And the third sign?
The third and perhaps most telling sign: you're not seeing growth. If your key metrics, things like website traffic, conversions, follower counts, they're just flatlining month after month, that's a clear, unmistakable sign of stagnation. Something's wrong. The solution here is to go back to basics. Revisit your entire strategy. Align it much more directly with your audience's current needs, their behaviors, their emotional triggers. It's about making sure your marketing doesn't just occupy space, but actually resonates and inspires people to take action.
Those are incredibly practical steps. And the article does emphasize, doesn't it, that achieving this kind of bold but well-aligned marketing isn't something you necessarily have to figure out entirely alone. It points out that this kind of transformation often needs a complete reevaluation. Things like clarifying your brand positioning plus messaging first, then crafting a
distinctive visual identity plus design system, developing a coherent marketing strategy, designing targeted social media strategy plus management, and making sure your website design is actually built to be a high-converting hub for everything. It sounds like building what they call a complete brand circuit, where every single element works together boldly and intelligently.
Precisely. It's about building that strategic framework, ensuring every piece supports a unified, confident presence in the market. It's not just about one flashy campaign here or there. It's about a holistic, consistent approach that allows your brand to authentically lead in its space day in, day out.
What a fantastic deep dive this has been. I think the core takeaway is just crystal clear now. In today's market, strategic boldness, well, it isn't just an option anymore, is it? It feels like a strategic imperative. Like the article says, bluntly, boring doesn't convert. But critically, it's not about being reckless. It's about calculated, purposeful distinction that makes your brand unforgettable and, maybe more importantly, incredibly effective.
Yeah, and if we zoom out just a little bit for a final thought, embracing this kind of calculated boldness, it isn't just about marketing tactics, is it? It's really about fostering a mindset of continuous evolution, a willingness to challenge the status quo maybe, and a commitment to genuine connection with your audience. So maybe the question to leave everyone with is, consider where in your own business or your field you might be holding back. Holding back for fear of standing out. What small, strategic, bold move could you perhaps make just to test the waters, shake things up a bit, and maybe, just maybe, unlock some significant untapped growth?
Food for thought indeed. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We really hope you can apply some of these insights to your own strategies and start unleashing the incredible power of bold marketing. We'll catch you next time.